So I want to talk about 070 Shake's newest album, You Can't Kill Me. If you don't know who 070 Shake is, she's the singer at the end of Ghost Town. She also appears on Violent Crimes and also on Pusha T's Daytona. She's signed to Good Music under Kanye West, and because of those features she did with those bigger artists, it helped blew her name up a little bit and got her on my radar. And I'm glad that she's on my radar because this is another album of the year contender for me. This and There Will Be No Super Slave so far are my two album of the year contenders. So I think it's safe to say that this album flows extremely well. Just from start to finish, you can continue it. It's almost as if it's just one long album length song. Like it's just great like that, and I'm glad it's great like that. That's what I want. That's what I wanted from her voice. Her voice just sounds so great. It's such a unique voice. It gives off this experimental R&B vibe, but it's just such a unique voice, and I like it a lot. It sounds amazing to me. Also, the production, I really like. It goes really great with her voice. So that all together, bundled up into this album, I think is great. The themes of this album being in a toxic relationship with another woman and how that affects her home life and everything like that, I thought were done really well here too. And yeah, it's just all done so well. You could listen to this album a million times and you'll still like it after that millionth time just because of how good it sounds. If I had to compare this to another album, I'd have to compare it to Yeezus. Yeezus is Kanye West's most experimental record, obviously. And I think this record has the same vibe going to it as Yeezus, but instead of being heavy hip-hop, it's experimental R&B, but it just has the same vibe going to it. But even with that vibe, it still feels like its own entity. It doesn't feel like a Yeezus clone, which it isn't, but it has obviously an influence from that album, and you can tell that influence is there, but it's still its own whole thing. I can't even pick a favorite track on this album, but some of them are Web, History, Skin and Bones, Blue Velvet, and Cocoon. All of those songs are so good, so good. All of the songs on the album are really good, but those songs just go above and beyond. Also, I'm a big appreciator of good album art, and I wanna say this album art is one of the best of the year. It's not the best album of art of the year in my opinion, but it's up there for sure. Yeah, I highly recommend listening to this album, but that's all I have to say. Please like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want. Bye.